At Campbell's Food Service, giving operators more is at the heart of everything they do. More versatile, chef-inspired products, more time-saving solutions, and more support to help your business succeed. Do more at campbellsfoodservice.com.
A California-based coffee chain is closing dozens of locations. Mr. Gatti's Pizza has a new owner, and Red Robin is pushing a new value offer. Welcome to Restaurant Daily, your daily dose of the most important news in the restaurant industry from the editors of Restaurant Business and Nation's Restaurant News. I'm RB Managing Editor Heather Lally.
And I'm NRN Managing Editor Leanne Zinsmeister. California-based Peet's Coffee is planning to shutter more than 24 locations in the San Francisco market by the end of this month. This marks a major retrenchment for the brand's domestic system, which ended 2024 with 255 units. A company spokesperson said the closures reflect a broader effort to align the business with long-term priorities and current market conditions. The decision comes ahead of Keurig Dr. Pepper's $18 billion acquisition of parent company JDE Peet's, which is expected to close in the second quarter.
One Ryan Global, a family-owned investment firm in Texas, has bought controlling interest in Mr. Gatti's Pizza, which operates around 80 restaurants in Texas and the Southeast. Terms of the transaction were not disclosed, but the deal does include installing G. Brent Ryan as chair of the chain's board of managers and Amanda Ryan as vice chair. One Ryan was already a franchisee of the chain, having bought the last corporate-owned location of the concept in Austin, Texas, last October.
Red Robin is launching a new value menu featuring 6 entrees served with a bottomless side and beverage starting at $9.99. The casual dining chain is also introducing drink specials that are available all day, expanding its hand-breaded crispy chicken sandwich lineup and adding 3 new salmon entrees. When Dave Pace was named CEO in April 2025, one of his initial priorities was to make sure Red Robin was part of the growing demand for value options among discerning consumers. The new value menu built on the chain's $9.99 meal deal launched in July.
Just Salad expects to be one of the largest restaurant chains in the United States in 10 years or so. During the ICR conference last week, co-founder Nick Kenner said salad is in the early innings of replacing the sandwich as Americans' default lunch item. For its part, Just Salad is growing at a double-digit clip and is adding more drive-thrus, which made its debut in the system last year.
What began as a hobby for 2 stay-at-home moms has grown into an 8-unit restaurant chain with national potential. The Granola Bar, a brunch-all-day concept founded by Julie Mountain and Dana Norley, is planning to open a flagship unit in Midtown Manhattan this year with a smaller takeaway variation around the corner, bringing the unit count to 10. How those locations perform could change the brand's trajectory for national expansion, the co-CEOs say. Read more about this buzzworthy brand's plans at restaurantbusinessonline.com.
As Din Tai Fung expands in the U.S., its dessert menu is expanding too. The Taiwan-based chain, famous for its soup dumplings, has added chocolate and black sesame-filled bao to its dessert selection. Corporate chef James Fu said he added the dessert dumplings to feed Americans' cravings for sweets. Also new on the dessert side is creamy shaved snow topped with mango and condensed milk. For the whole story behind these new desserts, check out RB's Behind the Menu.
Famous Dave's wants to put more restaurants under one roof. The barbecue chain is launching a new co-branding plan with a new unit in Minnesota to feature Dave's alongside a Papa Murphy's and another in Tennessee with a Cold Stone Creamery. Each brand will have a separate entrance and front of house, but will share a kitchen. The goal is to get more revenue out of a single unit as more of Dave's business shifts to takeout.
Are burgers making a comeback? Maybe. While major burger chains like Hardee's, Jack in the Box, Wendy's, and others have struggled lately, some burger chains have thrived. Shake Shack's same-store sales grew last year. Steak and Shake's same-store sales soared 15.6% in the third quarter, thanks to its decision to accept Bitcoin payments. Five Guys same-store sales increased 4.4% through the first 3 quarters, according to S&P Global. And Habit Burger, which had 13 straight quarters of negative or flat same-store sales, saw a 1% increase.
Speaking of Steak and Shake, its parent company is raising $500 million. Big Laurie Holdings registered to sell 11.5 million shares of stock to build a strategic reserve that could be used to support the businesses it owns or make acquisitions or investments. Big Laurie Holdings owns Steak and Shake, Western Sizzlin, and some insurance and oil companies, along with Maxim Magazine. The company is trying to buy El Pollo Loco, and its chairman, Sardar Biglari, is an activist investor with Jack in the Box.
The James Beard Foundation has released its annual list of semifinalists for its Restaurant and Chef Awards, which will be announced in May. Nearly all of the restaurant and bar professionals on the list of more than 500 names are new to the list, which has been common practice by the foundation since it relaunched the awards after the pandemic. Just around 34 of this year's semifinalists were also semifinalists last year. In their new format, the awards emphasize leadership and community involvement in addition to the operational excellence that it sought to emphasize in the past. The Beard Foundation also introduced 3 new award categories: Best New Bar, Outstanding Professional in Beverage Service, and Outstanding Professional in Cocktail Service. The full list can be found at nrn.com.
And that should do it for today's edition of Restaurant Daily. Get the latest restaurant news every weekday wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Leanne Zinsmeister.
And I'm Heather Lally. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Restaurant Daily. Rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and subscribe. At Campbell's Food Service, giving operators more is at the heart of everything they do. More versatile, chef-inspired products, more time-saving solutions, and more support to help your business succeed. Do more at campbellsfoodservice.com.